Lesson 8 is going to be all about functions and function notation. So as we jump right into our first example, we're looking at the function h defined by h of n is equal to n plus 1. Which of the following is true? So if we evaluate these, I definitely think it's going to be a little easier to start at the bottom. And so if we do h of 0, that's going to be 0 over 1, which is 0. So it's definitely not C. H of 1 is 1 over 2. Well, that's definitely not 0, so it can't be that. So now we've got to evaluate h of 15 and h of 30 and determine which one is bigger. If we plug in 15 per n, that's going to be 15 over 16. If we plug in 30, that's going to be 30 over 31. Because we're going to have a closer to the denominator, 30 over 31 is going to be just slightly larger than 15 over 16, and so our answer is answer choice A. As we evaluate this function notation, we're going to see that we're going to substitute 10 in for x, so this is 75 times 10 plus 500, and we can evaluate that. 27 times 36 plus 22,536, and we could evaluate that. And then finally, if we plug in 22 for n, that's going to be 122 over 22. And we can simplify that fraction to get our answer. Here are going to be those answers for those three once you simplify. Just like in the first problem, now we're looking at g of 35. We'll substitute g in for t. That's going to be 35 divided by 36. Well, if the numerator is smaller than the denominator, there's no way for that to be equal or greater than 1, so our answer has to be less than 1. For this last example, just like the very first one we started with, if we plug in 0, we're talking about 0 plus 4 divided by 0. You can't divide by 0, that's undefined. If you plug in 2, that's going to be 6 divided by 2, which is 3, not the 4. So now we have to figure out if we evaluate 11, that's going to be 15 divided by 11. How does that compare to 54 divided by 50? Or 17 divided by 21 divided by 17. Is that going to be less than 94? 94 divided by 90. This fraction is very close to 1, so it's actually going to be smaller than 21 over 17, so our answer is going to be answer A. Practice is going to look just like the problems we worked previously, so I will not walk through those again. On this second one, g of negative 2, well, that means we need to do 7 times negative 2 squared plus 1. Make sure that we know that the negative 2 squared is positive 4 times 7 plus 1, 28 plus 1. Our answer is 29. This last one, evaluating the function g of 4, 4 minus 8 divided by 4 squared minus 4. Negative 4 divided by 16 minus 4 is 12. This simplifies to a negative 1 over 3, or negative 1/3. Leaves us answer choice B. That is all for lesson 8.